If they could see me now out on a fun ship cruise, eating fancy food and doing what they choose. Shout out to Kathy Griffin for getting that song stuck in my head forever.
If they could see you now out on a fun ship cruise, eating fancy food and doing what.
And she really sold it too. She was singing, dancing, eating the best food. And I was probably 8 or 9, but you know, I wanted to go on a fun ship cruise too. And now, all that marketing all that years back has sold me now, because I am an avid cruiser and I'm here to give you the best tips and tricks of what to do on your first time cruise or not your first time cruise. Some good tips, because Gen X's like to do things right. And ain't nobody got time for that foolishness at sea. If you're over 40 and ready to embark on your first ocean adventure, buckle up. The cruise life is full of fun, food, and sights. But if you go unprepared, it can turn into a hot mess faster than a line dance at the family cookout. I've been there, made the mistakes, and learned the lessons. So let's dive into these cruise tips and tricks, Gen X style. You'll laugh, you'll nod, and you might even want to take notes. Let's get into it. Number 1. Pack light, but don't play yourself. Lesson learned. So I once packed like I was Beyonce on tour, only to wear the same 2 swimsuits all week long. So don't let that be you. Now, cruises have everything you need, from shops to laundry service on most ships. So skip that 3rd pair of wedges. You're not walking the Met Gala stairs, you'll be strolling decks. Think breathable clothes, flip-flops, and comfy dinnerware. But also, don't forget essentials like chargers, sunscreen, and medicine. Trust me, you do not want to pay cruise ship prices for Tylenol. It's highway robbery on the high seas. Number 2, there's this age-old debate in the cruise world, balcony or knob. Let me break it down for you. If you're someone who loves to watch the sunrise and sip coffee like it's your therapy session, get the balcony. You might even love it in the evening to sip a glass of wine. But if you plan on being out and about more than in your room and saving those coins, an interior room will do just fine, because honestly, you'll get a lot of deck time. There's plenty of seating if you want to just sit there on the deck and zen out. So that decision you'll leave up to yourself. But I personally prefer the balcony, of course. After I've cruised a couple times, I prefer the balcony. However, if there's an amazing deal and it's an interior suite, I'll opt for an interior suite, because I know that I'll easily get access to outside on the deck and with plenty of seating. Okay. Now, one time I spent extra for the balcony only to realize I spent all of my time at the pool, karaoke, or the buffet. Balcony budget, gone. Sunburn, acquired. Make sure you take your sunblock. All right, so number 3. The buffet isn't a food competition, but it kind of is. The cruise buffet is the Super Bowl of eating. So, and it's easy to get carried away. It's easy to get carried away, very. Especially when they're there tossing around lobster tails, prime rib. So pace yourself. Don't end up being like me, curled up in bed after round 3 of shrimp cocktails. Praying for mercy. Pro tip. So sample a little of everything early on so you'll know where the good stuff is. And remember, you can always come back for more. Don't get played by FOMO, fear of missing out. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Side note, make sure you take your constipation medication with you. Well, somebody had to tell you. 4, excursions. Don't be that person who misses the boat. When the cruise says be back by 4 p.m., they mean 4 p.m. sharp cruise ship time. If you miss the ship, guess who's responsible for finding their way back? You are. Spoiler alert, the cruise ship doesn't wait for anyone, not even Janet Jackson herself. One couple on our cruise decided to take a quick private tour in Jamaica. The boat left without them, and the next thing we saw was their frantic post on the cruise's Facebook group. Moral of the story, stick to the cruise-sponsored excursions if you're worried about timing. Number 5, know the dress code. It's not a barbecue. Some cruises have fancy formal nights, but before you bust out that prom dress from 1992, know that most folks just wear a nice sundress or slacks. Okay, I personally like to take advantage of the situation and dress a little nicer, but it's strictly up to you. Okay, however, please don't roll into the main dining room looking like you just left the backyard cookout. They will side-eye you, and so will I, and you will deserve it. I once saw a guy walking wearing basketball shorts and slides. Now, I'm not one to judge, but the way those waiters ignored him that night, woo, I knew right then. They let him sit there with his shame and his dry bread basket. Number 6, don't ignore the fine print. Know what's included in cruises. Cruises will have you believing everything's included, but not all that glitters is gold. Most food and entertainment are covered, but alcohol, specialty restaurants, and shore excursions, that's where they get you. Read the fine print so you're not shocked. But that's what this video is for, to make sure that you don't miss anything. So make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet, and then keep updated with all things cruises. Many cruises offer drink packages, but unless you plan to channel your inner Little John and stay crunk all week, it might not be worth it. Most cruises allow you to take some form of alcohol in certain amounts, so make sure you check with your cruise line to know exactly how much you're allowed to take with you. Number 7, C-bands. Now, C-bands are your new best friend. Now, C-bands are bracelets that come with seats, which are worn with seasickness medications. They also have the patches you can put behind your ear. But even if you've never been seasick a day in your life, the ocean don't care. Get yourself some C-bands, ginger candies, Dramamine, or the ear patches, just in case. I've seen grown men cry over seasickness. And let me tell you, it ain't cute. I once skipped the Dramamine thinking I was tough. Fast forward to me, head in a trash can, while an 80-year-old woman patted me on my back saying, "You'll be okay, baby." Lesson learned. Don't underestimate Mother Nature. Number 8. Now, Wi-Fi on cruises is like AOL dial-up in 1998. And if you know, you know. Now, if you plan to post every moment of your vacation on Instagram, be prepared to pay for the slowest Wi-Fi on Earth. It's expensive, unreliable, and frustrating. My advice, unplug. Take pictures, videos, enjoy the moment, and then post them later when you're on dry land so you can edit them fancy. We can all use the detox from social media at times. Pro tip, now use cruise days or sea days to read, relax, or chat with other travelers. It's refreshing. Number 9, elevator etiquette. Be cool. Elevators on cruises are a whole experience. Be prepared for long waits. And for folks who don't understand the concept of let people off first, just smile and hold your peace. Don't be the one sighing loudly or giving side eye to the slow walkers. We're all trying to have a good time here. Number 10, get travel insurance. Seriously. Don't roll the dice on your health abroad. Now, let me tell y'all, if y'all think travel insurance is optional, you need to hear this story. Back in 2019, an Atlanta couple on Carnival Dream cruise ship was just 2 days into their vacation when disaster struck. Stephen Johnson suddenly became sick and had to be rushed off the ship to a hospital in Mexico, where he was diagnosed with pancreatitis and diabetes. Now, after 3 days in intensive care in the ICU, Johnson recovered, but that recovery came with a $14,000 medical bill. Now, and guess what? They didn't have the health or travel insurance to cover the bill. So the hospital told them, no dinero, no pasporta. That's right, they were stuck. So Tori, his fiance, tried to negotiate, offering half up front and asking to pay the rest when they got back to the US. But the hospital wasn't having it. The couple was being held hostage over the bill until none other than Mr. Tyler Perry stepped in and helped cover their costs. I mean, bless Tyler and all. But unless you have Medea on speed dial, you're better off getting travel insurance up front and saving yourself the headache. So don't chance it, boo. Whether you're just starting your cruise journey or have been doing it for years, peace of mind is everything. Snag an inexpensive travel insurance plan so that if, and hopefully not when, life throws you a curveball, you won't end up begging for help on the internet or praying Tyler Perry picks up the phone. Now, Americans, here's a question. If you're traveling, you're cruising, you're on your Jamaican excursion, and something happens, do you even know what number to call in Jamaica in case of an emergency? If you're not sure, that's exactly why you need my free ebook. Now, inside you'll get cruise port emergency contacts and packing essentials information. You'll have all the numbers to all the cruise emergencies, no matter what port you're in. So don't get caught off guard, whether the ocean gets wild or your health takes a turn. Make sure you go to the description and click on the link for my free ebook. And don't leave anything to chance. Also, please visit my Amazon store for cruise must-haves, from waterproof foam pouches to portable chargers, first aid kits, because the best adventures start with being ready for anything. I hope you've enjoyed my video for tips and tricks for first timers or cruisers over 40. Maybe you've been on a few trips before, because us Gen Xers, we gotta stick together out here. But anyway, if you haven't done so yet, make sure you like and subscribe, and check out the next video when it comes your way. Thank you. Have a good one.